Hello and welcome. My name is Errity Green and this is Wise Woman Television, and today I am bringing you a pick a card reading on how to shift out of the negative vibes, how to shift from bad vibes to good vibes. So I encourage you to stick around, and I also ask that you like and subscribe. Liking ensures other people see this video, and subscribing ensures your own commitment to yourself, such that if you press the bell icon, you will receive an update or notification every single time a video pops up. So thank you for being a part of this community, and we will go ahead and get started. I will place the 3 card pile choices up for you now. And we will begin. All right, card pile 1, let's dive in. So how to shift out of those negative vibes. Okay, this is saying, you know, intuitively, like when something doesn't feel right, or when something is off, or when something is off key or off kilter. It's like you sense a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's like, you know, when something's like not right. Let's check this out. You know when something's not right. You know when you're feeling those bad vibes. And for you specifically, I'm feeling like card pile 1, like whether it's around people or certain environments, you get a little feeling and a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of maybe a teeny tiny turn in your stomach, or maybe your heart closes. But there's something that happens within you that you recognize this probably isn't the most ideal situation or environment or vibration for you. And yet, in order to make life work, or to make life happen, or to sort of appease the demands of life, whether it's practical reality with your job or to appease other people like your family, you do the thing anyway. Like, even though it doesn't feel right, even though it doesn't feel good, even though it might even hurt or harm your spirit, or that steals from you or takes your joy or your happiness, at the very least it sucks some of your energy dry, but you do feel that niggle, you do feel that inner churning, that discomfort, and that's there for a reason. You know, that's your inner warning system, so to speak, and it is telling you that this situation, this person, this environment is not right for you. And again, I understand that there are demands in life and times that you think you have to be there, or you have to stick around, or you can't say something, you can't create boundaries, whatever your reasoning might be. But at the end of the day, if you want to feel better vibes and you want to shift out of bad vibes, and you don't want this kind of energy in your zone or your field, that's going to require you to trust that side of you. And when that feeling comes up, that you don't engage, you don't walk down that path, you limit your time and experience and investment with those people and those environments, and or you sever or cut that connection off completely, whether it's a person, job environment, family. If you must, you know best, or your own authority, it might be an opportunity to reconsider or reassess or evaluate having that person, place, or thing in your life. So you know when something's going to be bad for you, and yet sometimes you venture off down that dark wilderness road anyway, knowing there might be like wolves and other dangerous creatures lurking in the corners, and you go anyway because you feel like you have to, or again, to appease someone or to make peace or whatever. This is saying here, you are asked to use your boundaries, your inner authority, that inner divine masculine, so to speak, that part of you that wants to protect you, that wants to take care of you, that wants to support you, that wants to ensure and honor your highest self, your highest spirit, your greatest joy and bliss. There's a part of you that really wants to ensure that you're well taken care of. And this is, I feel, I'm getting this energy of your inner divine masculine. So whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't have to be a real thing. These are just concepts to help us understand ourselves. And I feel this energy of allowing your divine masculine to take better care of you, to take care of you, to support you, to nurture you and support you and protect you and provide for you. And how does your inner masculine do that for you? Part of that's going to be, so that Queen of Swords energy, if you're familiar with the tarot, of cutting things out that aren't good for you, of enacting and erecting standards and boundaries in order to ensure your well-being and your welfare, and that you are treated well and with respect, and that your energy above all is honored. The only person who can honor your energy is you. You are that person. And there's a part of you that might be even somewhat compassionate or overly giving or willing or appeasing, such that you might sort of forget about yourself or just not even consider these opportunities to make sure you're taking care of yourself first. And we could say that's the feminine part of you, and yet your masculine wants to come through and say, hey girl, I got you. I need you to get back in this hut or in this tent so that I can take care of what needs to be taken care of out here in the elements, in the wild, all right? And these conditions that are not conducive for your well-being or your highest good. So there is an invitation for you to be more authoritative, to bring in that inner authority, to erect higher standards for yourself, to ensure boundaries, and to really properly honor your energy. However you can do that, whatever that means for you, and that's how you're going to bring in greater harmony for yourself, right? A greater flow of energy, more positive flow, positive abundance, harmony, peace. You're going to get that from ensuring your energy is honored, and that you can maintain the integrity of your energy, right? The only way we can maintain the integrity of our energy is by deciding who we engage with, where we go, what we do, and what other environments we choose to engage in or with. Now, I am feeling for some of you that nature is a great place for you to sort of brush off or dust off. So if that resonates for you, I encourage you to use that practice. If you are feeling like you are feeling a little heavy, a little dense, a little dull, you're feeling some yucky emotions or whatever, and you're just carrying those around and you just want to brush those off, you can go outside and find a way to connect with the earth or dance around, jump, whatever it is, to sort of clear some of that. There is an opportunity for clearing that is being offered here for card pile 1 in order to sort of dust off, brush off, clear some of those energies for those times you might still have to go to work, or you have to stop by this person's house, or you have to engage with or communicate with this person, if that is required in your life still, and there will be a time that it's not required, ideally, and if not, you just know how to handle your energy, how to honor your energy in these situations, and trust yourself, because it's saying, in order to properly honor your highest destiny, your highest self, like what it is that you deserve and desire for yourself, in order to properly honor the highest vision for yourself, again, your highest self, what it is that you have an opportunity to actualize or grow into or blossom into, it's going to require letting go of those people, places, and things that are not nourishing and honoring your spirit. At the end of the day, there might be a part of you that wants to hold on to these things. There might be a part of you that's codependent with these things. There might be a part of you that's attached to these people, places, or things, or environments. Those are very real things, and I want you to be able to honor that and even grieve that, recognizing that, wow, these things were my friends, or these things kept me comfortable, or these things make me feel safe, and yet they're no longer conducive to your greatest well-being or your greatest welfare. And in fact, for you to step into your greater legacy, just the truth of you, something that feels peaceful, something that feels good, something that feels aligned, even again, actualizing more of your truest self, it's going to require you letting go of those things that do not nurture and support you, that do not honor your spirit. And it might help to bring out that inner warrior spirit, that inner authority to do what it needs to do to ensure you are protected and that you're able to maintain the integrity of your space, of your energy field, of your energy body, and that there aren't too many other interferences making that more difficult. Because the more people and things that we add, especially things that are of a lower vibration, the more difficult it becomes to honor our truest integrity. It is saying there's an opportunity here to let those things go. Allow yourself to recognize how beautiful they were in your life or how safe they made you feel. It might feel like a security blanket. That's all right. Just like a toddler who eventually weans off of a pacifier or leaves his parents or his or her parents' bed, we as adults sometimes have to leave behind our old security and safety blankets as we grow in order to grow and in order to honor our future, our highest vision, and the potentials we know are in store for ourselves. Now, it is sharing here that there's an opportunity here to break the cycles of the past, because this might be an ongoing cycle for you in your life up until now, where it's like you might have been born in, this is the Starseed card too, so for some of you or many of you, this could be the case that you were born into a situation that was always lower vibrational than you. Like you were always a little bit different from the average bear. You could see things more clearly, a bit more aware, a bit more intelligent, a bit more emotionally connected, and just very clear as to kind of what was going on. All these human dramatics and theatrics and such was a little bit interesting to you, or you couldn't quite understand it, all of that saying that you might be a starseed who incarnated here. Even if you don't believe in that, apply it to your circumstances. You know, you were born with maybe just a different mindset or awareness or whatever, that you were kind of able to see things as they were and you didn't get as involved and whatever. And it's saying that, you know, over the course of your life, as a result, to fit in or to be liked or to just have someone to talk to or to just, you know, have an opportunity to connect with someone, again, those daily demands or practicalities of life or whatever, it has required you to sort of dim your light, to be smaller, to do things that don't honor your spirit. You had to do things that brought your vibration down, that brought your vibe down, that made you feel bad, that made you feel yuck. And it's saying, here's your opportunity to break that cycle. Your opportunity now is to break that cycle, to leave that past behind. Like, look, that darkness, that dark cave that she was in, and she's leaving and she's free. It doesn't have to feel so dim, so dark, so limited. It's only because you're surrounding yourself still with these lower vibrational people, things, environments. And it doesn't mean they're bad. They're just at a different space and spot. And you've outgrown them. And that doesn't mean you're bad. It just means this is how life works. There's cycles of life and things leave. And we have to allow them to leave. And when we try to keep them around, or, you know, allow them to stick around, we start dimming our own light, dimming our own vibration, and we don't feel well. We don't feel like ourselves. You know, you're being asked to step into your own mastery here and let your energy be light. Let it be fun. Let it be playful in order for you to feel that sense of lightness, to feel that sense of, again, lightheartedness and playfulness and sort of tiptoeing on rainbows, you know, to be able to feel that and embody that in your energy field, not feel so heavy or dull or dark or numb or depressed. It is going to require you to put the integrity of your energy field as one of your highest priorities. It's going to require you to make choices that are tough, where you have to let some things go and leave them behind altogether, not give it too much headspace or attention either, and be really exacting about what you do, who you do it with, who you talk to, when you talk to them, and so on and so forth. And just being more mindful. This doesn't have to be so dogmatic and disciplined and rigid. It's just saying, trust that intuition. When you feel uncomfortable, honor that. Don't stick around for long. And if you have to stick around, have clear boundaries and standards for yourself. You need to honor the integrity of your energy field, whatever that requires, and take care of yourself so you can ensure the highest good of your inner starseed and or your inner spirit soul, higher self. It wants to be honored. It wants to flourish. And in order for you to be able to truly shine and become all that you are, it does require you to leave that old cycle behind and that's what will support you to feel good and well consistently. So thank you, card pile 1. If this lands for you, I encourage you to like and subscribe. I also want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you, whether more generally in life, work on your spiritual path, or to help bring this reading to life in particular. So thank you, card pile 1. Okay, getting comfortable. Card pile 2. We're talking about how to shift out of your negative vibes. All right. So it's saying for a time you've been in your comfort zone and just kind of chilling, doing your own thing, sitting back, relaxing. Again, you've just been chilling, whatever that is. Again, in that comfort zone. And you might be feeling some stagnation, or you might be feeling some limitation. And as we'll notice, the slower we get, and there's a balance that you want to have, because we're not ever expected to move very quickly or rush or force anything. But we're also not going to feel well and good and completely whole and of ourselves if we are holding back, limiting ourselves, dimming our shine, stagnating, doing the same thing all the time, spinning our wheels, sitting in a holding pattern. Like, both of those are two sides of the coin. We're being asked to find that middle ground. And card pile 2, it's saying for you uniquely, you might be or might feel stagnated. You know, there's been a time or maybe too long, it's like sitting too long, that feeling after you sit too long, or that feeling after you've had a really big meal and you feel really heavy and bloated. But it's that experience of just sitting too long, holding back too long, just kind of chilling, to to where it's like you don't even know what to do anymore in order to not feel this way. But things can start to feel cloudy, things can start to feel dull, things can start to feel dim. For some of you, I feel a small energy of maybe even occasional substance use or things like that, that sort of, again, clouds, like literal clouds and dark gray dimness that's surrounding you, that's holding you back or holding you down, or sitting in front of a computer screen for hours a day, not getting outside, not connecting with other people, not being around other energies, things that might lighten your spirit or enliven your spirit, enliven your life experience. So it's saying there's been a time of kind of just existing and being in this holding pattern of the same old thing, and you're being asked to step away and out of that. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards here. That person's taking a leap. They're leaving that comfort zone behind. And here's where you're just kind of sitting back, relaxing, chilling, doing your thing, kind of living it up, but not really, because you know something doesn't feel quite right? It's that whole, well, I'm okay with this. Like, this is my standard issue thing. Like, this is my status quo, my baseline, but is it really lighting me up? Is it turning me on? Do I feel good? Does my life feel alive? Do I feel fulfilled? If that's not the case, and I imagine it's not, because you're watching this reading and this is the one that you chose, you're being asked to leap, because it's saying, you know, you're keeping yourself from the life that you deserve. You have the key. Look at this little kid. I do believe in this photo. Maybe not. I do believe in this photo. Yeah, it's unlocked. Look, the door is unlocked. It's probably hard to see, but the door is actually unlocked. And this little kid doesn't know any better, because, again, very innocent, naive, trusting, whatever. So he believes that the door is closed to him and that he can't have the color, like the rainbow clouds that are on the other side. And it's interesting, because earlier I was feeling like dark, dull, gray clouds of just holding back, sitting down, chilling out on the couch, doing this or doing that, you know, whether it's computer screen or other things, other addictions and attachments. And, you know, now we're seeing like kind of the rainbow clouds, and this little guy, or it could be a little gal, wants to move on and wants to go experience a little bit more color and life and excitement and thrill and adventure, and yet here it is behind the closed doors, thinking it's not available to them. So you're being asked to step away, even in small amounts, even in little doses. You know, of course we got the leap card, but then it's like, well, you know, maybe just take a break, right? It's just saying, take a break from that. Step aside, just withdraw for a second. Take good awareness of your situation right now, how you feel, where you're at, and see how you might introduce just new activities or new choices. And you're just spotting this throughout your day. You're just doing something a little bit different, just something a little bit out of the ordinary. You know, instead of going straight home, maybe you stop by a friend's house, or instead of going on your computer screen, you step outside for 15 minutes, or instead of drinking the usual thing that you drink, you get some lemon water, whatever. But it's just like sprinkle little things throughout this standard issue baseline that you've created for yourself, and just change up your routine, even in small amounts or small morsels, not expecting too much at once. The leap is just doing those new things. The leap is not implying that it has to be like you never walk in your house again and do your old routine. It's saying that if you want to feel better, if you want to feel alive, if you want to feel blissful, if you want to experience that part of yourself, it's because you've grown and you've outgrown those old experiences, those old activities, maybe even those old people, and you're being asked to stretch your wings and to give it a try, okay? To try the new things, to do things a little bit different. Let's see what's coming up here. Because, yeah, I got that feeling there might be certain people around or certain things that you're used to, where this is just what you, this is just who you are and what you do because of where you have found yourself in terms of your life circumstances. Like, see this person, there's a mask there, and it's saying that that's that card of fitting in, or trying to be something that you're not, or trying to carry on a facade, or trying to do something that's not truly authentic for you. And it's saying there has been some growth, obviously, because you're here and you're asking about how to shift out of these negative vibes, these dull, numb, whatever vibes, and you're just kind of like blah. And how do you do it? It's going to require you to step out of that, and yet this is where your old life was. And so it's like that weird zone of wanting to do different but not even knowing what to do or who to go to, because it's saying there's more meant for you. You have a higher potential available here for you. That bliss and that radiance and the aliveness and the things like that you want, those qualities of your life, those qualities of your experience, like those are available for you. You can see the light that's happening up here. There's a radiance happening, and it's saying that these experiences and what it is that you're accustomed to doing with yourself, with others, even the people you surround yourself with. I am feeling people in this particular pile. It may not apply to everyone, but it does feel like a pretty dominant energy here. So for those in card pile 2, I do think it has to do with the people you surround yourself with and the things that they engage in as well. So it's just kind of easy for you to fall back into that and settle into those same old routines. And yet, in order for you to truly leap and be all that you are, it's going to require you to step outside of that comfort zone a little bit, to step out of that stagnation, which could involve leaving people behind. That's not what I'm feeling right now in the reading, and Spirit is not giving me a huge energy of like time to let everybody go. I'm not getting that, but I am getting that many of you are held back because of just your day-to-day habits and your natural inclination to just fall into the same old routine, and that other people in your life, just like we know cigarette smokers, there's rarely a cigarette smoker smoking by themselves. If they're outside of a building, they're usually smoking cigarettes together, right? Same idea, or gamers who might play 16 hours a day, they're gaming together. So, and these aren't necessarily bad activities, right? Although we know there is data to support that anything that is done out of balance or in excess is usually not healthy or good or ideal for us. And so that might be a question to check in with yourself. And yet it's saying that there's an opportunity here to shift out of some of that, and that it wants you to know and to be aware of that the people that are close to you that engage in these similar activities, that doesn't help. It's not saying, sever them out of your life or something. It's just saying that it doesn't help. So the final thing is, yes, have some fun with this. Let this be fun. Let it be simple. Like as far as you going out and just stepping outside of your comfort zone, or just adding new things to your routine, bringing just even 1 or 2 new activities into your day or into your life experience. It's like, just enjoy that. Have fun. What are you curious about? What are you interested in? What do you like? What moves you? What inspires you? What else could you try? Who could you give a call? Whatever, right? Whatever is inspiring you in that moment. It's like, have some fun with it. It doesn't have to feel like a have to or a should or I must do this or else. It's, you want to do it, so explore those desires. What are the desires that you have? Go play, go have some fun. And it's saying, as a result of this, again, that gray energy, you shift out of that and you shift into a higher vibrational energy. You shift out of those negative vibes, you shift out of those bad vibes, whatever, those heavy, dull, denser energies, and you shift into gold. For me is greater abundance, but there's a rebirth that's happening here on this card as a result of just these simple little shifts. I do feel I need to pull a clarifier card on this too, yeah. As a result of these little steps, you are then rebirthed and you get to experience what it is you want. Now, the final clarifier card that I pulled is that some of you are on the opposite end of the spectrum, where you're doing all this alone. You're behind a computer screen alone. You're isolating yourself. You're holding back, doing what you do in your house, in your home, or whatever. You're doing your thing and you're chilling. And there's an opportunity here to break through that cycle as well, or that pattern, and go out there and experience the world and other people and experience life. So that's your reading, card pile 2. I thank you for watching. If this landed for you, I encourage you to like and subscribe. I also encourage you to share your story in the comments. I do want to let you know I offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you to bring these readings to life, or more generally in your life, in your work, and on your spiritual path. Thank you, card pile 2. Okay, card pile 1. Card pile 3. I just said card pile 1. Card pile 3. This is your reading on how to shift out of negative vibes. Your life wants a realignment. It wants you to get to know yourself in a truer, deeper way. There's just some things that aren't sitting well or aren't quite right or fitting in for you in your life. And how I'd like for you to look at this is similar to the photo in that card, because there's a rightness here. You've grown, you've done some work, you've been perhaps quote unquote working on yourself for a while, evolving, shifting out of some old things. Like, you've done the inner work. Maybe you've had a teacher or a healer or a guide or a mentor or whatever. You've done the work, whatever that looks like for you. And you have come to a place of greater alignment with your soul, with your true self, with what it is that you truly want. And yet, there are some things in your life, if things are feeling ripe for change, okay? Things are feeling ripe. It's like you've gotten to this point, and it's like the feeling in your energy is like it's all inside of you, but it hasn't been reflected in your life yet. So it's kind of almost like you're being held back, because some parts of your life haven't been lined up with yet in terms of your inner changes. So you're not seeing out here what it is you feel in here, and that could be lowering your vibe. And so it's saying there's just some parts in your life that want to fit in, that want to fit well. So there's a suggestion here to take a step back, to observe your life, and to do a brief and friendly assessment of your life, and just take a look and what fits and what doesn't. That's all you're going to ask. What fits and what doesn't? What fits with what I truly want? What fits with my highest desires? What fits with my bigger dream and my bigger vision and what I know I'm here to do and create and become and accomplish and actualize, whatever, what fits. So just take a look at your life, see what doesn't fit, and that's your opportunity to get clear on how you're going to align or arrange for those pieces. More often than not, when we grow and shift and change and evolve, old things fall out of the way pretty easily. We even see the tower moment here, and so we'll talk about that, and I'll talk about that in just a moment, but we have things fall out of our lives. People, places, things, jobs, relationships, you name it. Things can be taken from us, but essentially it's a loss of energy, so that a higher energy form, that's more aligned with who we've become, is being brought to us. It comes full circle, but it has to be lost first, and then it's returned to us in a higher vibration in terms of the work that we've done. And so things will fall by the wayside. Now, what happens for most human beings, though, is they try to hold on. They try to hold on to that relationship. They try to hold on to that job. They try to hold on to that part of their identity. They try to hold on to the old way, the old behavior, the old pattern, the old pain, whatever. And that's where things start getting a little bit sticky and icky. And then it's really hard to feel well, because you haven't let go of the things that tried to shift out of your life all on their own, with the help of Great Spirit and this grand intelligence that we have that's supporting all these pieces to fall into place, and trying to remove those things. And yet we hold on sometimes as humans, and then things start to feel stagnant. Things start to feel stuck. Things start to feel low and dim and dull. And that's when we've recognized, or we're able to recognize that, oh, hey, I must be holding on to some things from the past, an old pattern, an old pain, an old person, relationship, job, part of my identity that really does want to go. Because again, you've done the work, you're ripe for change, and yet sometimes we hold on to those towers. We don't let them crumble. If you know tower moments in tarot, look them up. And if you don't look them up, but they're essentially when something crumbles in your life, right? And we want to let it crumble so that it can be rebuilt and in greater alignment with what it is we want and who we are, who we've become. But so many of us are like drastically running around trying to pick it up and like, no, put it back. Put it back, put it back, put it back. And they were wondering, like, why hasn't my new life come about? Why don't I feel well? Why are these negative vibes here? It's because you're going and picking up the pieces of old garbage, of old trash, right? You're trying to put the tower back together, and it's already been washed away. And it's saying if you can let go and just allow those changes to happen, the alchemy happens quite naturally, and you will be supported through the winds of change to bring you right where you belong, to bring you right into what you want. And yet again, we struggle and oftentimes to do that. And so for you're being asked to allow those pieces to be washed away, look and see what doesn't fit in, where you're still holding on to the past, and where you can let these other higher vibrational experiences or higher vibrational energies or energy forms enter your life, where the old energy is still sitting there. What still reflects your past? You're being asked to release that, because it's saying that I'm feeling for some of you, this is your family of origin. For some of you, this could be a partner, soulmate, twin flame. But I am feeling this is relationship related in some way. Sometimes we can get other meanings as we go forward, and so that might come. If this doesn't apply to you, apply it to your circumstances, however it lands or resonates. Or again, just take it if it resonates, and let it go if it doesn't. But it's saying that there are some relationships in your life that are not aligned. They bring you undue conflict. They bring you a lack of support. They don't fully see you or appreciate you as you are. They're not able to see you in your highest growth with all the work that you've done, because they're at a different vibration. They have a different perspective. They're just not able to appreciate you as you are. And unfortunately, what happens with those old dynamics and patterns is that conflict ensues, imbalance ensues. It's just not an aligned person, relationship, support system to ensure that greater abundance that does want to come to you, that is available to you right now and would actualize if you could and would just let go of those old energies. and once and for all, right? And I know it's hard because I can even relate to this, and it's like, well, yeah, but you let it go and you're waiting for 6 months and nothing happens. So I get that too as the human, and yet, you know, checking in with yourself and asking yourself, have you truly let it go though? You know, has it been completely severed? And if not, go in to do that quote unquote inner work where you meet your feelings where they're at, and you meet your hurts, and you have that talk with them, and you have that coffee chat, and you allow those feelings to be there, and you feel those feelings, find a way to express them or whatever, until you find that one day, suddenly you wake up, you're clear, and you do feel healed and whole again. And you can always get support for that as well. All of that to say, other people want to come in that are in greater alignment for you. I am feeling like for some of you, these are deep friendships, thriving community members. You know, you might consider those soul family. Actually, I think this is the card of soul family, right? These could be love interests, but I'm actually feeling friendships, platonic friendships, soul family, people you would consider family but aren't blood related. And it's saying your soul family wants to come through. You know, the universe wants to support you, and yet you have placeholders in your life right now that reflect the past, that don't truly honor where you are and all the work that you've done, and you've been holding on, and it's not in true alignment. So taking a look at even your relationships. Some of you, I'm feeling like that's at your workplace, you know, and so the relationship with your workplace, is that the proper workplace for you? You might be looking at all the people, things, places in your life and seeing if they are a divine and good and aligned fit for you. Because for some of you, I'm feeling relationships, but then as I got into the reading, I'm also feeling like relationship to certain things. These could be old patterns as well, old habits, old routines, and something more aligned, healthier, and uplifting wants to come through for you that will support feeling better, feeling good, feeling in flow, feeling in alignment. But it's going to require that you let go of some of these old dynamics, old patterns, old people, whatever, that just cause more havoc on your system and cause internal conflict with yourself even, and then even external conflict with people if that lands for you too. But as soon as all of this is reconciled, you're able to bring in greater harmony, flow, peace, abundance. We're talking people, relationships, opportunities. I'm feeling abundance too, but I'm also feeling a lighthearted, happy-go-lucky spirit. So the final couple of cards here is, again, I feel like this is just being rehashed here, and we're reconfirming the remaining part of the reading, which is, you know, being honest with what you truly want, you know, being really honest with yourself about your vision. We're talking like supreme honesty. Does this person, place, thing, or whatever it is belong? You know, does this habit, pattern, pain, whatever belong? Whatever it is that you're looking at, whatever you feel like isn't in alignment when you do the observation, does it belong? Be honest with yourself. Does it belong with your higher vision? Because if it doesn't, it can't go with you. And the only way to materialize it and realize that the bigger dream, the greater vision, whatever it is you know is right and true for yourself, it can't possibly happen if you're still carrying all this old baggage in there. It's just not a feasibility. And so you're being asked to, again, do that assessment of your life, see what is not a good fit with your higher alignment and with your highest vision for yourself, being really honest, because that means you have to know what needs to go and then let it go, because you're being asked to see beyond the illusion in terms of these people aren't your ultimate truth. These things, these patterns, whatever, aren't your ultimate truth. This is your ultimate truth. And you want to be honest about your ultimate truth, and then decide and then follow through on what stays and what goes. So aligning your life. So thank you, card pile 3. If this lands, if this resonates for you, I encourage you to like and subscribe or share your story in the comments. I do want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you to bring this reading to life, or to support you more generally in your life and your work and on your spiritual path. So thank you, card pile 3. Until next time.